I guess it's just the girls. Can I say me and the girls? 71% of my viewing audience are the girls, the ladies, the women. Meow. Well, I don't owe anything. What are you talking about, the women? That's right. In order for me to function, I must be a woman. There's absolutely no way any guy will actually put his time into doing what we do. But the action becomes male. But the male's on delivery. I guess that's the way it works. The male is the transport, and the female is all the work within. Now, I'm questioning myself on what I say and if I should say this at all, because I don't like saying like this. I don't like to even talk male and female. I wish we were just all ghosts. Then we'd be the same sex. We wouldn't know about sex, so we wouldn't mention it. By the way, Mary Jane. Mary Jane, these are the people. What did you say, Mary Jane? There's nobody there. You're looking quite orange today. Oh, thank you. You did know it was all about blue. Well, don't tell me about Blue's Clues, because blue is 40. Then we have to add the 6 for the 0 and know that 6 connects to 4. That's right, the mind is in Saturn. Saturn is only 2 more than the mind, because he becomes the ear. How does he become the ear? The body of man is the ear of the corn. Then you put on, right over here, we start building, right here. We have the other one right here. I wish I can explain to you how it works, but I can't. Can't explain to you really much of anything, because I don't know much of anything. All I can tell you is before I begin anything to think at all, is there is a crack, because this is going to be a short video, there is a crack in the cement, and it's online. I can't find it. My son showed it to me, but there is a crack. Maybe I can find it on his page. I'm taking a look on his page to see if I can find a crack. So if there's a crack, because right now what I'm looking at is the 2 legs. You see, 2 is on the outside, this side and that side. So the 2 legs of Venus, okay? Well, first of all, let me tell you, Iceland is doing it right. Iceland produces 100% of something. Well, no, I lost it. I can't find what I was looking for. So this is really a terrible video the way it starts off. But I haven't left, okay? We blow out our ears. Something in our ears, the tunnel passage. If a gear is turning on this side, then all the equipment would be turning on this side. But if the gear was turning on this side, then the post that goes to the other side will be turning some other equipment. You can't have 2 gears running everything. There is a big gash in Quebec. If the wall falls down at LG5, L3, G7, number 3 and 7, now becomes the biggest dam, water dam in the history of the world that could fall down. And I mentioned, maybe it's here in Quebec, I said. Maybe it's here in Quebec, I said. Well, 7286 near Baffin Islands, near La Grande Rivière. What do you think water does? What do you think water does? If everything is an island and you have bodies of water, okay, what would happen? You see, the ocean is different. The ocean, I believe, somehow has to do with the valley coming onto the land, okay? But I'm talking about up north where LG is. If it's a body of water and these islands are all connected to it, just like the cow connected to it, look what I'm doing, just like milking a cow. If these islands are connected to it, eventually the water with the cold and the hot, the cold and hot, will split open. Regardless of the size, when water freezes, it pushes from one end to the other end. When it has no place to go, what is the water pressure of ice freezing? If this thing glows, it blows out, 5 falls down. So you don't talk about 5. 505. Why? Because in between the first one and the last one, the water has to go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then when you shut it off, it's got to stop at 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The last one is the last. 5 gets it first, it opens the gates, then the 1 opens its gates, the 1 shuts its gates. One shuts its gates, it backs up all the way to the 5. You've fled everything in between. If 5 goes down, the domino effect, it knocks out all the power. No more power in Quebec, and anything on the East Coast will lose power for a very long time. Very long time. There are smaller dams, but this will wipe out towns, neighborhoods, people. 7286. Now I want to talk. I should just end it right here. Is there anything else I want to put on it? Not really. I'm going to be working on The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Universe and number 42, in which I'm going to show you what 42 is, in which there's also a Chinese game. They call it, what is the name of that Chinese game? Thank you, Christopher. Thank you very much, Terry Stewart. Okay, and this guy, Terry Stewart, he whatever he is, but he knows the Bible well enough to know the numbers, that when he tells me a story with the numbers, they come out just so true. Chinese checkers. Chinese checkers, if you ever looked at the game. Okay, I'm going to see where we are with my camera. Okay, that'll be the board. So Chinese checkers would be right here. Let me get this board higher. Okay, let me even. Oh yeah, there we go. Now let me check this here. Okay, and let me go back over here. This game over here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Okay, now I want to put this on another page and do this separately and show you so I see you and I make sure that I'm showing you the right thing, because I'm going to show you how this game works, how to count our numbers and how to eliminate our numbers, what to call certain numbers and for which reason. If I am exalting within me the light, that I be dead center in this position right here, because it is the 4 pillars of who and I am, of wherever these numbers show up. My voice is the one pushing out. Don't spit in my face. I want to show you numbers that when you put 5 and 0 together, you get number 84. Excuse me. When you get 5 and 0 together, 42 and 54. Let me do it again. 42 and 64. Watch. 0. 20, 26, 31. R. 49, 59, 64. 64 and 42. 64 and 42 equals 106. This becomes JF or Jeff. Why? Because it's 1, 5, and 6. The 0 must go to 6, right? But because the E family, this is from the E family, I'm doing it a little different now. This is from the E family, and it's EF. So I'm going to go AEF. Making A and E together, you already know the arts and the entertainment, the perfection of the spirit within the mind, the art of making one man work. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. They're making me do this. Somehow there's a computer system that's making me be polite. And because of the knowledge of my own thoughts, I think polite is the only way to go. And how can I describe what polite is? Does it mean giving up everything that is yours to somebody else to be polite? No. Polite goes up to a wall that meets another wall. And the 2 walls play between each other, and we try to make like the walls were never there for a better understanding. Once you have the better understanding, the walls actually feel like they dissolve. Up into a serious point, the walls come back again. But now we're going to go on to something else. I'm so far behind, but let me show you one thing before. Here's your 5. Does it look like H and I? I'm going to show you something else. How can I do this? This. Hold on, I'm making something. When you do this with the dice, okay, see this? You would have to bring it here. And then this dice would have to go here, and this one would have to go here. So I'll move them out of the way, and you end up with the N. But it looks like the H all the same. You see where there's 2 up here and only 2 down here? Well, in their world, they'll have it more moved over, looking like the H, or the 4, or a Jack. What I'm trying to show is that depending on what you're using, this is a solid line. The center has to be a circle or a diamond, and the right. Each side uses its own equipment that goes with whatever you are. If you're the coach, you're wearing one equipment. If you're one of the players, well, you're going to wear a face mask, right? So then you might be playing hockey or football. But if you're not wearing a face mask, there's a chance that you're not the catcher behind the plate, but you can be a player in the outfield. Number 53, number 53, number 53. My next video, that's how I'm starting. Number 53. Electric company. You know, when I look at the number 2 and I see it's divided over here, number 2 only shows me 1 leg. I need 2 legs. How do I get it? Hold on a second. I want 2 legs, right? Hold on a second. So they gave me 2 legs, 1 to the left, 1 to the right. There's my knee to bend down. Now I need to put my body on top. I got my hips, or do my hips start like this? Actually, this way. 2 legs and then my hips. I'm not really sure how we should be building the body yet. Okay? But the dice will show you, or the cards will show you. Normally, you want to build the center of the body. You put a 1. Let's say we can, let's not even go there. I'm going to get on number 53. It's just that I have so many things, and I want to be perfect about all my numbers, because there's such a good bunch of numbers. I have to be able to present myself properly, or then what good am I? I can just tell you all, this year is going to be something that I bet you 60 to 80% of the population are going to go, oh my God. Unless you're in the church looking at the Bible, this is the Bible year, my friends, okay? This is the Bible year they've been waiting for 2,000 years. This is the year for the freedom, for the rights, for the duality, for the world that people thought never existed, inside the understanding of chakras, inside let me read your future is really not what we want to do. We just don't want to read people's futures. If we don't know you, you have to make your own future. You all know that there is no reading the future to know the goodness and the kindness in this world and how it's run. We have to learn about how to make the future instead of having somebody reading us the future, because we all know most of us just don't understand the reality and the functions inside this world that is more than just skin and bones, but is electronic from somewhere else. And we are going to have heightened knowledge over this very quickly nearing the end of this year. But before we get to that part, it's going to be pretty weird. Do you want to see something really weird? I want to show you something. And I see this right now. You see this here? This piece over here? This is a woman's eye. This is her belly. She's pregnant with a little child. There's an X coming out of it. There's a rotation. Do you see this? That's what I see. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. Something I saw about time, if you're going to watch this whole thing. Time. What do you want to do at time? Do you want to work at EIEIO time? Do you want to work the time that when you reach 90, it's over? 89, and the next one is 0. Just like you go 59 and then 0, now it's going to go 89 and 0. And it's going to be 90 seconds to a minute. With 1/3 of that arm of time coming onto the minute, sharing it for 1/3 in the middle of time between the 2 parts of that 1 second, turning over into that last 1/3 where it's going to become the first seconds after that next hour, or part of the next minute after that next hour. If they say there's 60 seconds, then we have 60 positions we can put ourselves for a better understanding and a reflection of the opposite side between the left and the right. If an arm is like this and it goes like this, well, on that side it went down, but on this side it went up. Does that mean it's wrong? No. They're reverse sides. So do you understand the 1/3, 1/3, 1/3? Because the diamond that has 4 points, the diamond that has 4 points, okay, you have 3 other suits. You have the club, you have the heart, you have the diamond, and you have the spade. Spade equals to 45. Club equals to 3, 15, 25, 30, 30, 38. Heart equals to 52. Diamond equals to 60 plus 6 equals to 66 versus 60 plus 11 equals to 6 plus 11 equals to 17. Look what your diamond does. It becomes the one spirit of the 7th gate. That diamond connects through that throat over here. 1 goes in, 3 connect suits, 1 entry, 3 connect suits, plus the reverse world. The up and down of the clock, you need both sides. So you actually have one side here and one side here. They're not against each other, but everything has to be doubled within. Because this way here is pieces and parts of 2, and this is here is pieces and parts of 2. But this is your one life living. This one is a little bit different. 2 makes 1, and over here, okay, the 4 of them only make 1/4 to a whole, but man's only a heart. He becomes 52. But then he has to become man of who he is, becomes 61, the one spirit of his light. 5 and 2 is 7, plus 1 and 5 is light is 6. The spirit of 76, 5 and 1 as his light. The size of, Mars, his number is 5 and 1. 5 and 1 is the light. The light, the electronic, it's Mars. Electric, electronic, light, electric light, orchestra, Mars, heart, spade, 5 and 1, 5 and 1, or 15, 5 and 1, or 15, reverse, will make the same 66 as the word diamond. It equals to 17, the diamond. You're connecting A and G in the piano. You now have B as your next one, so your first move is B and G, which makes your 8 and 9. 1 and 2 come together, but 2 comes together on the other side of the 1. Makes it 172. If you go on in. This one's 8, this one's 9. 8 and 9 is the same letter. 8 and 9 is the same letter, and 8 and 7 are the same cards. As 8 and 7 have the same payout, especially when you throw the dice. 5 and 1, the center where the light passes, is 2, 3, and 4. But we're going to do this to it. Because the 3 is what it holds on to the 2 hemispheres. Hemisphere 2, hemisphere 4. Or do you want to call it 4 and 6? Mars through Pluto over to Saturn. Or do we go 4 over to Venus, Venus over to Saturn? Or Saturn to Venus and Mars to Venus down through Jupiter. Electronic, club, diamond. Now we know where the 17 comes from. Here's your gateway for your diamond. 3 suits will hook up to it. Club is the 3 heads. It's the protective head. The only thing you're actually playing with. Hold on, I'm still designing it. Just give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second. Okay, here it is. Okay, this is your diamond. Okay, now there's many ways to do this. Okay, what I did to the diamond is I need to connect one side of the body and the other side of the body. This is the stand for the spade. You see the spade? I made a stand for the spade. Now I had to put a heart somewhere, so I put a heart right here. Put the heart right here. It ends up to be your balls of your ass. It ends up that you made the club within its own self. The heart and the spade ended up making that club within. Now you make the same reflection on this side. Okay? Your numbers would be 8 and 3 become 11. 1 and 1 is 2. Here's your 2 sides. Your spade is 7. 2 and 7. Now you have your 2 and 7. Your spade is number 9. You now have 2, 7, and 9. 2 and 7 is 9. You've now connected a place for your 2 arms, 2 legs, your neck, your head. Here goes your legs. Here's your two legs, here's your arms, here's where your head, you can use it as your eyes, you can become a fish, and these are your fins. So depending on your endorphins, no, I'm not quite sure. So depending on what you're doing, what you're trying to build, I wasn't anywhere right now, but I do have something else prepared, and I feel like I didn't come across very well. I don't feel like I came across enough. There's so much. Remember, this one here, letter M. This one here, letter M. This one here, letter M. There's 4, and then there's 2. Cow's got 2 chuds, 4 tits, and 2 cuds. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. Am I my own chief? Any man. Anybody asks me anything, I'm on it. I don't care if I fall behind, but if you have a question you need to ask, and I can update you and make you feel like there's a value within that, I will take my time out, since we're still not a big group right now, and I will answer that. So if I come across to you and it means something, you might speak to somebody else. See, the world that I'm in right now is we are trying to look to have harmony. We want gasoline prices to be $1 a gallon. We want a pack of cigarettes that don't have chemicals in it. We don't want chemical airplanes flying in our airspace. We want the people who are protecting us to come here with brotherly love. When you take on a job, there's a danger to the job, and you can't overprotect yourself by treating the people like, you know what. So we're all here together, and the fire has only begun. But let me tell you one thing, it's going to take a lot of time. I don't know what's going to happen in the world of adjustments. But what I do know, and what I'm hoping, is to learn more about the spiritual world is what I want to do. Learn more about the chakras. Learn more about the body and the colors and the numbers, because it's just a fantastic world out there. Imagine if you can create your own color within the number of who you are. Imagine you can better yourself just by the thought of the romanticism within your own mind. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. I could make it 22 minutes 22 seconds, but I missed it. I don't do it on purpose when I end the video. There's a big crack for those who are listening, and it's coming to the end of this video. In Quebec, the same scenario as Hoover Dam is now here in Quebec, but in Quebec it's way more dangerous right now. It's a very dangerous thing. Anything that comes out of the sky that hits it, it will fall. And when it falls, it won't take long. Within less than an hour, no power for a good piece, a good piece of everywhere. And if it knocks out that, it knocks out the coast at the same time. And it knocks out villages at the same time. And this is the time when our help that you think is going to be our help, do not be fooled by those who looked so eager to help you, because if they're not wearing a shirt like me with paint on it and they're all dressed up for the situation, they took too much time to get dressed up. I don't care what anybody says. Thank you for watching this video.